It's the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Houston Texans.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to one of the most storied postseason venues in the league. Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, sold out once again. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is their fifth-year quarterback.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. A shotgun snap to Stroud. This goes out wide for Mixon. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Now Stroud. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Tally that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC championship. It's a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Mixon with a first down carry. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Tally that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC championship. It's a first down. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. And I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This 2nd and 4. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Stroud sets up the play action. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
A first carry for Najee Harris. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
2nd and 6. Now it's Fields. That pass caught. It's Williams. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jamison Williams, 79 yards. And the Steelers are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. Things a lot different than the last time they were on the field. Remember, they threw the interception, gave up the touchdown, and now trailing 7-0 and looking for a response. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's why that position was created. Big, powerful, strong guy who can carry the ball and plow forward. That's exactly why you have him on the field.
Meanwhile, Stroud's throw taken in by Collins. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is they had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB, too. Let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game. But they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Here's Stroud. Roberts got it. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Stroud will look to throw once more. He'll get that complete to the tight end, Harris. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Tank Dell, an 18-yard touchdown grab. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from April's draft. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. Well, I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Harris running straight ahead. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
2nd down and 3. Fields. He'll let this go for the end zone. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
A little bit of finger pointing and heavy discussion going on in the defensive backfield. It's man coverage, but they leave a guy wide open. They've got to be counting their lucky stars if this ball was overthrown.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Fields. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. To the 36-yard line, stop there.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Fields. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 21. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On the give, this is Harris. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 7-7, our score after one. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. From the gun, they run with Ware. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers have taken the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 14-7. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. C.J. Stroud and the offense back out there. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one goes for 24 yards.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. That is caught by Dell. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 31-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Stroud to throw it. He'll complete this one to Collins. A gain of 8 there on the play. And 3rd and 1 now.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC championship. It's a first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Throwing now is Stroud. That is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Here goes Stroud again. He's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
The Texans on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time it's 3rd and 3. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are an extra point away from evening this one up.
And this is where you can't help but think about our friend, the coach, the late John Madden, because this was his kind of football right here. Line them up and let them get after it down in the trenches. And as a running back, you just need that one crease, one sign of daylight. He finds it, and he barrels into the end zone. Touchdown, coach, just like you would draw it up.
Santos with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. They find some open field here. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 62 yards on the ground in his first half with a Super Bowl berth on the line.
It's been a long season, but he still looks fresh running the football. He knows his guys are one game away from a Super Bowl, so he's going to give it all he's got. And that's a heck of a run right there.
On 1st down, Fields finds Pickens outright. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 1. Here's Fields. That's going to be caught by Pickens. Touchdown! George Pickens, 40 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up second down. Stroud off the play fake. Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
This is all about finding the open space in the middle of the field. How do you do that? One way is through play action. That's going to freeze those linebackers for just a split second, and sometimes that's all you need. They run a deep in route behind them, and it works to perfection.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
As diverse as the running game has become in the NFL, there's still a place for the fullback position. And on that play, he gained nice yardage.
Now 2nd and 5. And Stroud now to throw. Shakes off the sack. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. Stroud. Connects it to Roberts, right side. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. And that is no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
They'll start the drive with Harris. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 79 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. That's caught downfield by Pickens. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Jamison Williams with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now up to 14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Stroud looking to throw. That's complete. It's Collins. Stroud getting his offense to the line quickly. 2nd and 3. Roberts has it. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. Stroud looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Barnett. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Stroud. That's complete to Dell. Touchdown, Houston. Tank Dell with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and they're within 7 now at 28-21. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. This taken in right around the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd. Now Fields. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And the Texans going to get the football one final time here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up second down. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that Lamar Hunt trophy and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the NFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers squaring off against the New Orleans Saints. We got an excellent first half from the dynamic quarterback, Justin Fields. He threw a first-quarter touchdown pass, then 2 more in the second quarter, a 3-touchdown half. And he may just be getting started.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation to kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
85 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Looking to throw on second down. Fields throwing quickly to Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
They'll run with Harris, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Second down and 8. Fields now to throw. Being chased out left. Fields hit and the ball is loose. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Well, obviously, you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover, but I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on third down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up second and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
From the 41, here's second down and 5. To throw is Fields. He's airing it out for Williams. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Jamison Williams saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Steelers are able to stretch out their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. On the give, this is their fullback. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's why the fullback position was created. You just want a big, strong, powerful guy you can hand the ball to and pick up good yardage.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Play action. Stroud now. Got his man, Dell. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll put him over 100 receiving yards now in this AFC title game. It's a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Delson in motion. They'll try and run with their fullback. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Stroud. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense says they have it. They do. One play into the ball game, an early turnover. So it's a turnover there on the lost fumble, and this third quarter could not really have started worse.
I think that's a great observation because this was a close game at the half. They gave up the touchdown the opening drive. Now they turn over the football. This game, it can get away from them pretty quickly if their defense doesn't step up right here.
Now the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Here's Fields. And this is caught by Williams. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That goes for a gain of 31.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
Fields going to change things up here. They run with Harris. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 106 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this AFC title game.
And that's the kind of run you get when you know Super Bowl berth is in sight. They've got the lead. It's the second half. All those weeks of wear and tear in your body just go away. He's running with purpose now, and that's a heck of a run.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Fields. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And the Steelers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
Looking to throw. Fields. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Jamison Williams from 4 yards out. And the Steelers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
And that one too wide and incomplete.
That's one of the dangers of the quick game. If you only have a 2- or 3-step drop, if you don't get the ball to someone open right away, those defenders are right near the line of scrimmage and then get on top of you in a heartbeat.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Stroud. That is caught. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Play action. Here's Stroud. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Stroud. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will stay a 3-touchdown game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
But Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. AFC Championship tilt, 3rd quarter of play. This is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wilson. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. Mike 13, coming.
A shotgun snap, Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
For the right to go on to the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run with Harris. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Fields on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown. A great play there. 26 yards. And the Steelers are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll increase their lead to 28. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Houston set to take over. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. Roberts got it. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the 2 of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
Over the middle, complete. It's Barnett. Call it a gain of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Stroud working out of the gun. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Now a first carry here for their running back. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the 4th quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Nice 13, nice 13. He's coming, he's coming. Check in. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Fields. Flushed out right. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Justin Fields, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they are really laser-focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
They have been dominant in this one. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And here comes the Texans now. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, They've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Stroud on third down now. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Here's Stroud. That's caught by Roberts. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Texans. Tank Dell, 39 yards. And the Texans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Santos with the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do, they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw into the hands of Gonzalez here. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 70 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So that is going to tie an NFL record that has stood for more than 70 years. 7 touchdown passes in one game. It was first done by Sid Luckman of the Bears in 1943, then by Adrian Burke of the Eagles in 54, and now that mark equaled here in this one. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And now out comes Houston. Now their backs really against the wall now. They knew how tough this would be on the road, AFC title game, and they have gotten all they could handle and then some. On first down, here's Stroud. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Barnett. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. Stroud to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Stroud sets up the play action. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 31. Throwing now is Stroud. He finds his man, complete. It's Barnett. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. So now a carry here for their fullback. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Stroud. He finds his man. Complete. That's Roberts. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And it's caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
And they ran just a little underneath route here on 1st and goal, but there's really not a whole lot of room to operate this close to the goal line. He's just not able to get loose after the catch.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Mixon will take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Now he's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
Santos now to add the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. You never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Second down and 4. They go again with Ware. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
The Steelers are AFC champs once again, as we say thanks for watching and good night. For this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, will see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.